our square. Hello, new Nandji.
It looks good in the sleeve.
It does, eh? Subscribe to the channel as we sail this old girl around the world.
We have been on the hard stand for 10 long weeks, completing some major upgrades and repairs to our Sailboat Nandji. With only one major task left to complete before splash day, it's time to paint the bottom and get back in the water.
Pretty exciting morning today. I am organising our visas for Indo, which is really exciting. It means that there's a light at the end of this work tunnel. Yosh is outside. He looks like a smurf at the moment, so I guess you probably can guess what job he's doing. Let's go and have a look, hey? How you going, Yosh? Say hello.
How you going?
How you going, Blues Man?
Getting there. Really happy we did such a good job on this the last couple of times that we've anti-fouled, because I'm just basically just taking off the barnies. You don't need to go over much of it else. We got a very similar, different sort of brand anti-foul, but the same sort of stuff. So we should be able to just coat that on here, and just a few patches we'll have to put primer on. But
the old anti-foul was a hempool slow releasing one, and it worked really well. It's almost 2 years since we hauled out last, and when we pulled her out, there's like a few barnacles on her, but that's it, you know. So it was just starting to go. Getting that amount of time out of the anti-foul, it's really good. So
originally we had planned to use this stuff called Sea Coat. It's environmental friendly sort of bottom paint, and so anti-foul's got a lot of toxins in it and that sort of stuff, and that's basically what stops growth growing on your boat, whereas the Sea Coat's really smooth, and that's the technology that they use so things don't grow on it. So it's all about your speed to keep it off. But unfortunately it all got lost in the mail, and so it's somewhere, I don't know, in Kuala Lumpur I suppose, but it's been gone for a couple of months now and who knows where it is. So we've just had to bite the bullet and just end up putting on the old anti-foul.
how are you, Smurf? Papa Smurf?
good.
My turn?
Yeah, your turn. I tag out. We taped up. All the bottom's done. We just got the top half to do.
Yeah.
My shoulders are like, ugh.
Yeah. Okay, tag team.
So stoked we did such a good job on this last time.
Yeah.
This sucks.
A female sperm seen off the coast of Malaysia.
Dust masks are here. Goggles are here.
Yosh is priming too. What are you priming?
I'm using Jot Mastic. It's like a metal primer, but it's a good all-purpose primer. It just sticks to everything. So anywhere where we took off, where we really hacked in at those barnies, we took off a fair few layers. We got through the primer, down to the undercoat, and then some through to the glass, and even to the, that's just to the glass. If it was to the wood, I'd have to glass over the top. We haven't gone to wood anywhere. But yeah, so I'm just touching up all those patches with primer. We'll tape off the prop, and I'll prime up all like the stainless steering and that sort of stuff, but we'll keep the prop and shaft Mickey Mouse clean.
When we were wet sanding yesterday, what we were looking for is to get off any barnacles or any signs of barnacles. Like sometimes they just leave the smallest little thing. You want to get rid of those, and also any marine growth. So normally around like the top, you get like a green beard, and it leaves some sort of material on there. So you really need to sand that back and get rid of that. And basically just creating a surface for the new paint to stick to. That's what we're after. So just run the sander over everything. See, this is a barnacle here that Yosh has missed.
It may not seem like much, but leaving that there will grow. So he's already bonded to the surface, and from that then he's going to grow. Then we got a barney. So give him a month and we'll have a barney there. So I'll scratch him off with a chisel, and you really have to make sure that you get rid of any sort of marine growth, because it just instantly grows again.
So I wanted to start anti-fouling today, but realised we've only got these small little roller covers, so I'm going to have to go down to the shop and get some more, so it's probably an hour trip. So yeah, off to get the right equipment for the job, otherwise it's going to be a nightmare trying to roll the whole boat with this little tiny thing. I got the rollers, so I'm ready to start anti-fouling now. This blue is looking quite accurate, and I'm pretty happy about that. I hope that it stays. It's got lots of minerals in it, so I need to stir it up still, but ooh, it's looking pretty good. Did you do this on purpose?
Personally, I would like a bit more of a darker blue.
This is Jotun Seaforce 90 Blue. So this is like quite cheap, this antifoul, but it should do the job. So.
The last hempel we had on was a semi-ablative, and that's why we chose this one here, because it's the same sort of deal, so we didn't need to take all the antifoul off of Nandji. This Jotun 90 will stick to our hempel, plus we've done bits of primer and that underneath, but the blue that's left on Nandji at the moment is still good antifoul, so you don't need to take it off.
Nandji's gonna look so different. I think that's done, eh?
No, keep going. When you think it's done, stir more.
Last square. Woo. Goodbye, old Nandji. Hello, new Nandji. I always wanted to paint Nandji this colour, and Yosh would never let me. And we went and requested blue paint, and they said, what kind of blue? We said dark blue. And they ended up giving us this paint, so I'm so excited. I think Nandji's channeling her inner swell, you know, Liz Clark's boat swell. It's the same colour scheme, so I'm stoked. I think she looks great.
We've gone around twice on the bottom and 4 times on the waterline. We've only got a little bit of paint left, so we'll just save that for the squares that we've got. And there's a little bit of a wet patch on the other side where water's fallen off the deck, so I'll have to go and attend to that and put another layer of that on once that dries out. But otherwise, this is the best bit, pulling off the tape. Final touch.
Oh, what a line. Oh, look at her. What do you think, Yosh?
Yeah, it's different. Looks nice though, eh?
It does. I like it.
Yeah, it goes well with the oyster.
Yeah, the oyster, little bit of yellow in there. What do I do about these fuel tanks? You want to put them on the deck, or you want to wait till later?
Yeah, no, bring them up.
Bring them up.
Look at you, muscles. What do you got there?
This is our draw fridge from Dometic. We won't be able to install the draw fridge in the boatyard because we need to cut a hole in the couch and do a fair bit of fabricating there. So I will get back in the water and we'll do it at anchor.
Oh, it's dead still day. Well, it is here in the boatyard. I'm cooking. Just we haven't got any aircon or nothing going on downstairs of the boat now, so it's just so hot and stagnant. But we've got charts. The iPad's fully charged, so we've got charts. The depth sounder works. I got it working yesterday. Pretty stoked with my efforts there. The steering works. We just turned the wheel and the rudder's moving, so that's all right. I've checked the clearance of the auto prop on the rudder. I'm just nervous about all that because it's never been spun before, but I know it's going to be fine. But I've checked that again. Gone through all the raw water, that's all fine. The fuel's all fine, I've primed the lines, that's fine. We've got power to the ignition. The engine's got fluids and everything, so although that's fine. The biggest thing is just to make sure all the raw water, that's all positioned correctly. The seacock's open. Guess the next thing is just put us in the water and we'll see what happens. We're kind of lucky, I guess, because when we got hauled out, we got pulled in, we had to reverse into the pen. And so at least this time means we can just drive straight out of the pen, so we don't need to try to maneuver or anything. We can just hightail it straight on out of there. So hopefully we get in there at slack tide and there won't be any movement, just because I don't know how everything's going to handle. I'm sure we'll just be like, hang on! When I first installed this and I connected the cable, this is our old gear cable, but it was only 6 months old, so it's basically brand new anyway. And when I connected it all, we dry shifted it into forwards and reverse and it was all sweet. I thought just this morning I'd check again because we're going in the water. It goes into forwards but it won't go into reverse. I'm messing around with all the tensions and the distances and everything, but it's like the cable's just not pushing into reverse.
It won't go. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, the gearbox cable isn't working, so I have to do a quick run into town, go get a new cable. We've got an hour and a half.
So you just put the new cable in?
Yeah, no, not yet.
Okay, I'll wait. Yep.
First.
Yep. Is it working? Sweet! Oh my god.
Oh, Oh my god.
Oh my god, so yeah, with like 10 minutes to spare, we've got the new cable in and it's working now. So reverse is working now, the gears are working now, so whoo!
Fire it up. The start? Can't even hear
Yeah, I
it.
hear it. I
think it-
hear it. I hear it. Is the seacock open?
Yes.
You got water coming out? Yeah. Sounds like
Yes, it started.
she floats, guys!
It floats! Oh, I have to do a nervous wee now. I'm all kind of calm, the motor's running, everything's smooth. We've got the backstays back on again now, so the mast ain't gonna fall over. That initial when you first kick it into gear is like, boom, you know, like the auto prop really gets into it.
Comes for every home.
That satisfying feeling of motoring away from the boatyard was worth every ounce of blood, sweat and tears we've invested into Nandji. We had undertook a massive task to repower our boat and feel very proud of what we've been able to accomplish. On this perfect day for sailing, not one sail was hoisted as we chugged along listening to Fang rumble away as we motored to our anchorage for the first time ever. Nandji now feels strong and safe, ready to cross the Indian Ocean later in the year.
The fields of glories now. The fields of glories now. So guide a while light now. The promise in the page.
So Nandji's got a new motor. Flubber's still kicking around with that little Merc 6. So we're loading up now to leave Malaysia, and Indo's really expensive, Thailand's really expensive to buy this stuff, and then when we get to Indo, we're not going to see anything until we get to South Africa basically. So our little Merc 6 has been on the death row for a long time. Let's get a new one.
Oh my god.
There's a Suzuki 9.9. Shot shaft. Wanted to get a Yamaha 8. That was our most prioritised engine because it is cheap to buy outboards here in Langkawi. But the Yamaha 8 they only have in stock is the Enduro, and that has the fuel tank on the head of the motor, and it's got a little plastic prop, so it's like it's not exactly what we want. The Suzuki 9.9. This is the lightest in its division with the most amount of power. So it weighs 33 kilo. Our Merc 6 at the moment weighs 30 kilos. So it's just a little bit heavier, so we can still manhandle it until we can get a outboard hoist on the side.
Let's go on an adventure!
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some diesel, eh? It's the first time we filled up the fuel tank. I know they did a pressure test and they're checking everything. Maybe I might just see if there's no diesel anywhere. Yeah, it's all where it should be.
In the tank.
In the tank.
Yeah, that's forwards!
Yeah, that's forwards.
Can't tell you how good it feels to be leaving Talaga. We've done a lot of boat work on it, but we still have stuff everywhere. We've still got wood to make things, and we still haven't quite settled back into Nandji 100% yet. So be looking forward to getting all those jobs done, get the cupboard made, so then everything's just away and just live normally again.
Hello, little bit of sand. This is the last time we're going to be paddling. Oh, the oars are coming off the tender, put it that way.
Listen to him, the oars are coming off the tender.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh yeah.
Now
So
into
much
these With Ladiva, we had snapped off one of these here. This is where the outboard attaches to the transom. It's just like the clamp that squeezes in. And on Ladiva, we snapped one off and replaced it with a bolt, and the other one was it's pretty sticky. I cleaned the thread that many times and greased them up, but they're still really sticky. Look at this thing. How good is that? Oh, man.
No tools required, just hand movements. That's so cool.
Yeah, she looks a little bit bigger now. It's on the back.
She does.
Oh, first pull, no problems.
Are we planing? This is so good. Look how fast we go.
Hello, legends.
Hey guys.
Oh, what a feeling.
Back in the water. It feels so good to be back on the water again and out of that boatyard.
After 72 very long days of Nandji on the hard stand, it was such a great relief to get back in the water. That first moving away was, it was so nervous, but it was such a good feeling that everything was sweet and we drove away all good.
Yeah, there was pretty hard times in the boatyard. I think one week we were doing like at least 8 hours of boat work a day, plus we made 5 videos, we did 2 live interviews and a podcast. Yeah, so it was like really
busy times
busy,
in the boatyard. So it's a very
yeah.
rewarding feeling to now be out and exploring and kicking around and having fun. Always a big thanks to our new frothers, our new patrons that get on board and help support our productions and help us be able to keep exploring, upgrade Nandji, upgrade our camera equipment and be able to do what we do and be able to share our lives with you. So thanks very much to these new frothers. Thanks to Ed, Darren and Chris, Edwinas, Chris and Taylor, Roy, Ben Schneck, Andy, Freedom Girl, David Goodson, Eric, JYG, Gert, JL and Robert. Thanks very much to all you legends for joining the Nandji family. Big thanks to Dr. Jet Rink, the god of biscuits, for upping your pledge. And thanks very much, Telly, for continuing to up the pledge like you have. Thanks for bringing
Thank you guys so much for supporting Sailing Nandji.
And cheers to you, Gerald, for chucking a bit in the PayPal. That's awesome, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you're interested in becoming a patron, check out the link. There's plenty of rewards on offer as well. We've just done a big mail out to all of our patrons, so if you wanted to be included in that, become a patron.
Yeah, so all patrons, check your mailboxes. Alright, legends, if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, spread the word, spread the Nandji love, and help us get to 100k subscribers.
Yep.
That's it.
Thanks, guys.
Catch ya.
See ya. So Yosh and I feel like we need a day off tomorrow.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah! Yeah, this is the ride.
This is the whip for the day, little red rocket.
We're here. There's a waterfall here. There's a waterfall up here. I'm going in. Oh. Everything Sky is that way.
Cable car that goes up the mountain and they've built this bridge. People afraid of heights, they don't really do this.
That's me.
You okay?
The air's so thin up here, I can't breathe. You've been up in a cloud. Have you been in a cloud before?
I'm always in the clouds, love. I think we made a beer.
The man has spoken.